Starting the recording. I'm just making sure that it's writing to the right folder. Okay, cool. Sweet. Alright. Well, welcome back everybody to part 2 of session 70 of Materia D&D. The Menagerie has been questioning, not so much questioning Harley, but dealing with the ramifications of questioning Harley and going through some of the objects on him. Nothing seemed to stand out short of a little chime and the markings on him. Trying to figure out what to do during this window where Harley had passed out due to being so emotionally and distraught and mentally furious towards Allegretto for some reason. Inspecting the markings on his back, initially Rock did not notice anything short of them being magically created. However, given some time, Al was able to glean that the reef of eyes on his back blinked and were seemingly trying to orientate where they were or something, and then they stopped, causing a bit of a hustle and bustle and a panic. The Menagerie convinced Isos that him and his crew needed to leave wherever they were hiding now, because the enemy, which the Menagerie has divulged to as being hags, potentially knows where they are. And the Menagerie were to take Harley with them, promising to Isos to do what they can to not hurt him and keep him alive to a certain degree. And the Menagerie ventured north in Greenhill, accompanied by a halfling individual named Samson, who Isos told to lead them to their hideout up in the Misty Bridge area. So, traveling multiple hours through the night, there were some close run-ins with some of the potential patrols towards the center of town, but mostly it was just it was a fairly long trek at a slow pace, trying to stay hidden, carrying a very large man with you. The Menagerie ended up in a building that is for curing meats and vegetables, and also for potting them as well. And it is the evening, and I believe, Rock, you wanted to do something?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull Al aside. Like, yeah, can we go for a walk?
Oh yeah, absolutely. What's on your mind?
Um, you feeling okay?
Me?
Yeah.
I get to
Bit
take
bit
away.
tired, maybe a little hungry, but otherwise, yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, because I don't know what happened back there. Nothing that we did that I know should have upset Harley like it did. I don't know if he reacted to the magic that's in you now from those scrawlings, and he just saw that and was like, "Oh my god, this guy!" He gave him flashbacks, or if, I don't know, but
I like
his
the theory with
reaction to
the
you was,
hags.
yeah.
'Cause I'm still trying to figure it out too, because like Iso said, there's so many things at play whew, with Sedge's calming magic. There's a lot going on. I guess we pulled the shirt off after the fact, but I don't know. It kind of freaked me out, honestly.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you were all right, because it was weird, and I don't know myself what happened. But,
I was I was slightly offended, but otherwise, I'm doing pretty good.
okay. Uh, if anything ever feels off with you, just because we don't really know what we exposed you to, and we're kind of right in the thick of it again, just make sure you let us know. We got your back, even if you're pulled in the wrong direction. We'll keep you with us. You know we'll help you.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, with Menagerie. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for asking.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, I just want to make
er,
sure. 'Cause that was just weird. He hated you.
Yeah, like really caught me off guard. Like what is happening? You know, it's I don't know.
Mm.
But if you have some time on the walk, I got a question for you too.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man.
Um, you brought up the food. I think you might be onto something there with because everything we read prior, it's got to be the all that extra magic from the tower, right? To just raw energy. I feel like you might be onto something that I don't know if the hags can repurpose it for controlling, if the raw magic is making it more susceptible. I feel like there's a really high chance, and behind what we're doing right now, if we get extra time some night or something, if there's a way we can investigate the food, I don't even know how to go about it. You said you didn't detect any magic on the food?
I I've had detect magic on in town a few times, and I don't ever remember being like, oh my gosh, the fish are glowing. But I don't know if I've ever looked, so we could investigate it, absolutely. But Esos and them said they've eaten in town and they're just fine. So maybe it's slow acting, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just there's lots of them and it's bountiful, and that's great. But yeah. I don't know. It doesn't hurt to look into though. I agree.
Okay. That's a good point about Isos. He seems to be all there, despite I'm pretty sure that's all they've eaten for the past few weeks. But yeah, if we ever get time, I think it's worth investigating.
It's kind of even if we find out that maybe we should eat the food. What do you do though? Because that's what the town has.
I know
Starve
this.
everyone. Like
I haven't seen anything that might not be from. Like there's so much fish, so much protein. It tastes good,
yeah,
but I'm
yes,
suspicious, very suspicious.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. We'll keep that in mind. What did you see exactly? You said you saw the eyes. Did they blink? They looked at you. Did they
They
react to anything? What happened?
they did blink. It was I I thought it was a vision, a mirage for a second, but I had to instinctually I just started trying to look for magic. And yeah, there was definitely something residual there. Um, I I don't know quite what school it was from, but it screamed hag at me. We've seen that so many times now. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
so
We'll have
you,
to
you,
be more careful who we talk around. The they might know everything that we've said and done. If that's the case, we're in a lot of trouble.
crap, you're right, because he's got to be a pawn. Harley's got to be a pawn in some way with all the markings, but we don't know how many people. Maybe the sisters are all marked up too. The higher ups definitely have the eye thing going on. I don't trust it one bit. Were you there when I said I might have only been Davis? I was disguised. I was pretending to be one of the sisters, you know, talking to one of the sisters with one eye, giving a speech. Uh, I felt like she was looking through me. I felt like she could see possibly through the disguise. I'm really hoping that wasn't the case. I couldn't tell 100%.
And she didn't react at all. She didn't call you out. She didn't summon the guards. Or...
She didn't react, but I don't know. I feel like this, for lack of a better word, cult is. She was very charismatic. She might. Damn it! I hope she didn't see the real me.
If it wasn't for all the murder and torture, they kind of seem nice.
The purpose is good. It's just I feel like I was saying about Harley. I don't think people become zealots overnight. I think something happened to him. I don't know if you ever said east, but I'm kind of thinking about the eastern camps. They sound like they're mining rocks or something. That's not like a good time for rehabilitation, re-education.
Well, that Solvi that we know they want that. I think that's where it comes from. I still don't even know what that does. We have so many loose ends, things to look at, things to investigate. Those
Yeah,
boulders that we saw with markings, the fishhook markings, there's markings on people, there's markings on buildings. It's just so much.
that's another thing I have to ask you about. So, with the I forgot about the boulder markings. Were those one to one? Were those to an extent. They were the same thing they were on Harley, right? Is that what you said?
I'll show Al the pages that I have in the book of the boulder marking, and the markings that I drew from Harley.
A lot of
Yeah,
similarities.
there's a lot of stuff that's similar. No eye of no wreath of eyes though on the boulders, hey.
No, that's definitely new, but is it new?
I was gonna say, yeah, the reef of eyes, at least as far as the boulders go, that's new. However, you have seen or been told of that symbology by someone at one point. I'm pretty sure you've seen it too.
I was gonna slap the page a couple times. Sneaky ass hags. That made them look like flowers.
I really wish we could just find the. I mean, we know there's probably 2 eggs remaining for sure.
At least,
Find
yeah.
them and kill them and see what happens. Maybe everything just unravels with no eggs leading everything.
I was very scared earlier when you're talking about I got a plan. I'm like, oh no, we're gonna set a trap for the hags. They're gonna outsmart us again. But I feel like that's the ultimate goal. If we can take care of them, they've got to be the heads, right? I still don't know if this deity exists, to be honest, or existed. But the hags that's our goal. If we can take them out, I feel like we're moving in the right direction. We can start taking care of things, healing things, save Harley, save the people. So much to do.
How do we find them? We don't know if they know we killed their sisters in the swamp. I'm gonna look around. Is there any? We're out of town now, right?
You're in town. You're just in. You are in, if you recall, and I don't mind going down memory lane. I'm not gonna make you roll for this. You're at Misty Bridge. Misty Bridge is where you guys went north with Leslie because of the rumors of children and pets going missing. Where you guys went into the butchery, fell through the floor into the sewer, and you got attacked by all those insects that were oversized.
Right. Okay.
And then that's where,
as soon as I've said, I don't know if they've killed their swamp sisters, I'm gonna look around, and I'm gonna have Pebble look around. Are there any rats or any vermin or anything that I should be worried about?
You can give me perception checks at disadvantage for both of you because it's so dark.
Okay.
Unless if you guys, because none of you said you guys had a torch or a light spell going, so it's dark.
I was gonna say, if rock makes it obvious, I like to use another detect magic.
Okay.
Yeah, well, as soon as I said, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. And I'm looking red, so it's clear.
Okay.
Perception of 14.
For you, and what about Pebble?
Pebble's much worse. A 3 and a 5.
Okay, so like 9 total or something like that, or less than that, even 3, so that's like a 7. All right, Al, you said you were throwing up detect magic.
Yes, with disadvantage. I'm at a 13.
Well,
magic still incur?
So detect magic doesn't change how you see. Detect magic allows you to pick up things within 30 feet of you. However, you have dark vision out to 60 feet, so you have. I'll deal with it. Don't worry. Yes, Al, you see Rock. That 18 was your perception? No, 14. 14. Okay, got it. Looking around, in that like kind of quick moment, there's some bugs buzzing around, but not like a cluster of them or like a swarm of them, just like a couple nighttime going bugs. You see some bats swooping in the night sky, kind of chasing stuff. Nothing's really looking at you guys out here.
There's a roach over there. He seems pretty chill though. Got my eye on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you see that kind of that familiar, I should say, glow in Al's eyes as he kind of does a detect magic to look around as well. Rock is magical. You're magical. Based off the items that you have. Rock's shell is still magical. to an extent. Really nothing in this bubble. However, as you guys are kind of walking and having this conversation, you do at one point pass a pile of just thrown out food, and you hear it, you smell it, and you hear it before you approach it. You smell the the ripening and rotting of the vegetables. Pretty bad, because if you know how like potatoes smell when they go bad, it's pretty rancid. Kind of similar in that odor, as these are like some of the roots and tubers that have been growing, as well as some of the other stuff. And they've been thrown out. As you kind of pass this in your conversations and kind of on your way, either returning back to the camp or to the warehouse, or just continuing your conversation outside and part of the walk with your detect magic up, Hal, you actually, the roots, they give off some sort of magic.
Whew, I haven't smelled that in a long time. Wait. Rock. Yeah,
Yep.
I know I'm tired. I'm not sure how tired you are. Can you detect magic with this? I think I see something. It's kind of faint. The rotten potatoes. I'm sorry you gotta get closer to them. I feel bad about it too. I think I see some yellow.
Yeah, I'll throw up detect magic and I'll cast it.
Okay.
And I will also cast light onto my staff.
Okay.
But I'm using my cloak to keep the light very dim and just more focused just on the potatoes.
So you kind of make like a quick hood
You scared me.
hooded lantern.
You scared me for a second.
Yeah. No school of magic, just magic. Just magic. It is raw magic. It is there's a little bit in it, but seems to be exposed.
So, can you see it too?
I can. Would I know, based on Arcana maybe, that is this raw magic just used to make things grow, or does it continue through the food? Can it transfer into whatever?
Sure. You're on a good path, so go ahead and give me an Arcana check. And you guys have been investigating and kind of trying to figure this out for a while now, so you don't worry. I keep your extra bonuses in mind.
16 total.
16. Okay. So you know that. Actually, if you don't mind, just for my sake, it's kind of like a recent history check. Go ahead and give me a history check too, just to see how much I can say you remember.
15 total. I rolled nothing but single digits. Thank God for bonuses.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Still decent enough. So the notes and the activities that you guys had seen is that they were transferring energy to prepare the land for something. Very much likely that all that energy in the land is what is causing all the plants to grow and fish to spawn, and kind of like where I actually do believe Al said it's like when too much of a good thing, it's cancer. Too much of a good thing.
I think this confirms our worst suspicions.
It's at least
You
a
know-
byproduct of what they're doing. At least.
You know, I think by the time we're done here, I don't think we're going to feel very heroic. But I think we're doing. You asked me earlier if we're good. I think we're trying to be, and I think we're on a path to stop some very great evil. But I don't think the outcome's going to be all happy for everyone.
Damn it. I guess as long as we're trying, I don't know. I'm starting to feel like it's impossible to be perfect with these things as much as I want to be. Still, we could do better, right? I don't know. Shit.
I think if we're always trying to do better, and I think if that's our goal, and that we want to help, and we know that we're not perfect, but next time we'll do it better, and the time after I think then we're okay. I think if we ever miss that as our goal, and we just do whatever we do for worse reasons than that, then I don't know if I could travel with this group. I just want to help people. We've done some harm.
No, I definitely agree. I'm here to help people. I'm here to do what I can. But even if we fail a little bit, I want to get better. Come back the next time and get closer to perfect.
I told Davis, if you ever see me doing anything crazy, let me know. I'll give you something else, because I trust you too. If you ever see me slipping, not going crazy, because that's Davis will watch me for crazy. But if you see me starting to not care as much as I do now, please let me know.
And kill him.
I got a dagger with your name on it. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that. Rock.
What was that, sir?
I missed what you said. Sorry.
Oh no, I just joked said it because I'm Simon said it. Before that, it was.
Okay,
Yeah,
same.
if you see me not caring, please let me know.
I'm gonna throw out one more. Damn it! I just had it. He said, "If I ever see you slipping, let you know. Pull you back in."
Not caring. Yeah, if you ever see him not caring as much.
If
Let
you
him
see
know.
me acting like I don't care about the people around me, and like if you don't see me being me, let me know. If it becomes overwhelming and I just fall into, I don't know. Just
Gotcha.
keep an eye on me. I'll do the same for you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'll definitely keep an eye out for that. I feel like I can be a bit of a perfectionist sometimes. If you see me going, I think I'm going the right way, and it somehow inverts and starts breaking everything. If you see me be too extreme, go too far off the scales, yeah, pull me back too, please.
And kill him too. It's a death
Here.
pact.
Here's another dagger. It's got my name on it. You can keep it. Thank you.
I'm gonna try to give Al a hug.
Oh, I accept in return.
Okay.
A riposte.
Al, Rock is much larger than you. It's a very much a he is hugging you, and you can't even wrap your arms around his shell. You're like, okay, yeah, gotcha.
Okay, this is fine. Okay.
Just a quick recap, just in case it's a little confusing because it's a little weird. So yeah, you guys essentially picked up on lingering raw magic in the food as it was breaking down, like decomposing. And as you guys had, with your previous readings and other stuff, yeah, it seems to be a byproduct of the hags preparing the land, or whatever you guys think they're doing based off what you read in the scrawlings. So, as you guys are kind of hugging it out, you'll hear the
That's the most perfect gift I've ever
it
seen.
really is, right? Like,
So good.
it's so good. Such a good gift. You will kind of hear the and you'll turn, you'll see Dragonar's like, you boys coming back? I saw you leave and I just wanted to make sure we're supposed to be hiding.
Have you been following us this whole time?
Doesn't matter. And then he just starts
Holy shit, you're quiet. I thought I was perceptive. You got me second guessing myself now.
How much did you hear, Dragonar? We didn't say anything. The group can't hear, but how much did you hear?
the food, it smells, and then you looked at it and holy shit, the food is magic.
That's like 90% of the conversation.
Dang.
I mean,
This guy's a professional.
I just wanted to. You guys left and we're supposed to be hiding. Good job finding something, but we're supposed to be hiding.
That's a good point. Let's go. Light, extinguish light. Okay, turn it off. Follow Dragonar.
Thanks for following us, but you keep this between the three of us, right?
What, the hug?
I guess. I don't know, the whole thing.
What, we gotta tell the group that the food is bad.
Yes.
It's up to you. You guys are the magic ones. I mean, figure that out. I just put a hag in front of me and let me punch her, okay? And he just grins at you and just starts walking back to the direction.
Start following Dragonar.
Yeah, I rolled really high for a stealth check.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you guys return. In the meantime, if you think of anything that Davis would do, Marb or Sej, you guys are in the potting, facility. Really, it's not a setup for, like, sleeping or that. It's just a front, a warehouse, a space that they can use. Anything that you three would like to do. Samson is there as well.
I was hoping, so I do want to bring the eye regenerating dagger.
Okay.
Kind of like sit in a corner and kind of like unwrap it.
Okay.
And be like, man, really wanted to ask someone more professional, but is there anything like I can try? Like I like hold it in my hand and like I want to investigate it as best as I can.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. One thing that you will immediately pick up on, is that more of the blade has grown back.
Am I in the same room, right?
You guys are in the same vicinity.
Warehouse, yeah.
It's not like a huge warehouse. I mean, it's it's the same establishment.
Can I also turn on my detect magic? I'm gonna cast it real quick to do that investigation. I don't know if it matters, but I want to focus on the. Like I understand, like stabby point, like this way, but like I want to know, kind of like.
Oh yeah, you do have to detect
magically what's happening and see if I can safely use. Ooh, I am proficient.
Can I see him like looking at this? I forgot he said it.
No.
Did you say that you turned on the light or anything? No. Okay.
Well, so here's the thing.
I think
It's up to you, Marb. You didn't specify if you went to go like off to the side or somewhere. Yeah.
I'll definitely go up that. I mean, you can see me like sitting in the corner staring at the walls, but I'll definitely like try to make it as private as possible.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So 14 investigation. Okay. Marb. The dagger itself, it radiates magic. The school of which is enhancement. Like, you are not too familiar with understanding the weave of magic per se. You're more of a knack of just using magic to supplement your combat and your survivability. But from what you gather, it is this dagger enhances something. You know that if I recall, you were there when what's his name? Rock was telling you more about it. And he did mention that it augments the user's, I think it was their vision or their way of seeing, but it's unclear what that means. And it's...
That's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's more memory. Like, you don't pick, like, it's a dagger. Like, it is a proper hilt. It seems to be wrapped in leathers that have been worn and have seen much use and age. Like, it's dirty, it's grimy. By all means, it's not a clean, pristine magic item. The end of it is a bird's skull, and it is an actual skull that's been encased in some sort of resin to make it a little bit more durable. When I say encased, not like a crystal, like when you think of like a bug stuck in amber, but it just has like a layer of like resin brushed over it or something in the process of making it to kind of protect it a little bit more. And the blade, as you're kind of investigating, you kind of put your talon on it and kind of move it around. It's like, imagine like the most, jagged, like a gnarly jagged edge, just razor blade of glass is basically what you're messing with here. It's sharp, but it's very much stubbed because you guys broke the blade earlier.
Yeah, and it has the like spooky eye on the hilt.
Yes. So it's, whenever you like look at it, it's like one of those paintings where the eye always just seems to sort of look at you.
So I'll grab it in my hands and say, like, I don't know if you're even alive, spooky dagger, but just gonna find it really disturbing that you're looking at me. But right now, I need all the help we can get. So if you're evil, please don't kill me. And I like grab the hilt, kind of like inspect it closely.
Okay.
And I'm assuming we took Harley out of the bag.
Yeah.
But I walk towards him, and I literally just want to like an inch cut, like a tiny cut, just with like the blade of it, just to draw a little blood.
Okay.
And be like, please not be a soul-eating dagger or a demon-summoning dagger. And I like cut him a little bit, and just kind of like see if anything happens with him or to him, or if the dagger reacts to the blood.
Okay, give me a second. So,
nice rolling.
Yeah, I just gotta see, like, because I gotta think where Davis would be. Davis would have been. We'll just say, for the sake of this, I don't know how realistic this is. Danny, don't hate me, but we'll just say that you guys left Harley bound, still blindfolded and all that. You kind of loosened it maybe just a little bit so he can be a little bit comfortable, and he's, on the ground, basically unable to really get anywhere. And you can kind of see that he's still tired from the trauma, and he's basically, like, Marb, when you approach him, Harley is kind of, from what you can tell, either unconscious or hardly aware of his surroundings, especially being, deprivated, having the blindfold and the gag and everything. So you take the broken blade. Of the normal length of the ceremonial dagger, it's probably about halfway back. The point is not really too much there yet, but you can kind of see it, so you do, and you just kind of place it on his skin, and he flinches, and yeah, it to the pressure, and it does very easily just put a little nick or a gash. You know, nothing bad, because you're not like pressing into him, but it is sharp. It's like a surgical scalpel. And his arm starts to bleed.
Does the dagger react to the blood at all, or any other effect? Like more in pain than just like a little cut? It's like a perfectly normal stab or like cut slashing.
I mean, it cut very easily. It's very sharp. That's all you get from it. The Harley flinches, but you know he's kind of like he react to it. It doesn't. You don't like you look at the wound. It doesn't seem like instantly fester, or it's not like a massive gash from a tiny poke. You look at the dagger. It's not like you don't see any signs of anything crazy. Like the dagger is not all of a sudden just becoming like a blood red crystal blade. Nothing like that.
Sweet. That's very comforting to me. So like Marv just like exhales deeply. Like, ooh, hey, doesn't react to blood. It's probably not evil. So let's give it a try. And I'll actually like move the scabbard. I don't know the wrap and kind of like put it next to my other daggers. I'll probably like take one of the daggers out and be like, I'll find another place for this one because this is Rosie. This is the one where I used to cut toes, so I'm not forgetting about you, Rosie. Like put it in another pocket just to make room for that one. It's like, I really hate the spooky eye, but at least the no hopefully isn't too bad.
All right, so
kind of like seem a little bit more relief. It's like, whew, okay. Kind of like look around, no one saw me cut. Harley, is this okay? Like, those was just a little one. And, like, relax.
Alright. Rosie is the toe cutter.
Toe cutter, thank you.
Rosie toe cutter. Yeah. Rosie toe cutter. Alright, Marb. The dagger is on your person. I don't know where I think you still have the dagger technically on your person right now in your equipment, if I remember. If you don't, I'll think it might be in the bag of holding. Let's just see.
Pretty sure Marv kept it, but
yeah, I know it's on Marv's person, but I don't know if it's actually on his equipment.
Yeah, I don't think I have the like item. Yeah.
Okay, I'll add it real quick so you can refresh. Give me a second.
Lore wise.
You have. I'm just making sure I find it. Okay, here you go. Boop. If you refresh, you at least have it on your equipment now. Alright. Sej, anything for you, sir?
Got it.
Nothing came to mind anything special. Sej is very, very tired.
Yeah.
A lot of my slots are spent after that fight. And I've attained a couple scars where I had no scars, so I'm kind of just visibly tired.
Yeah, I mean, you got impaled.
Just chilling in a room with, with party to stay safe, but catching breath.
Yeah, I forgot. Like you got impaled by 3 javelins, right? So
yeah,
it was a day.
I've cauterized. I'm okay. However, it's been a day.
Yep. Okay. All right. So yeah, you're just taking it easy and resting, going through some of your rations. We'll say, short of unless anybody wants to do anything or investigate anything.
Actually, I'll ask Rock something. Are we still in the same room, right?
Rock will say that when he returns from his little trek out with Al, and Dragonar enters the building quietly, and then behind him, a few paces back, is Al and Rock, and then Samson says, "All right, are we done going on midnight strolls? Need to be hush."
Yeah.
Yes, it was a patrol of sorts. Sorry about that. Yeah, no more of that.
Okay. Now Sej, yeah, you see everybody.
So for Harley, He's blindfolded, yes?
He's blindfolded, gagged,
Bound
he's
up.
tied up, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What about his hearing?
God damn it, Al. Did you cover that?
I don't have anything.
What do we have? Like, let me look in my pockets. Like,
All I have is crossbow bolts. I thought that was too much.
No,
don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. We need to have a letter kit. Okay, what did we write letters with?
I mean, Davis and Marb both carry ink wells and quills and
But there's no like wax like what you do with like fancy stamps.
maybe.
Is that something that would
Right.
come like equipped in there?
Davis definitely doesn't have that. No. I don't think Rock would in this case either. I mean, you guys might have some candles or something, but
We don't need to do something immediately about it.
You know what? We'll go
It would-
old
it
school.
would
I
be
grab
a-
like a handful of dirt and like spit on it and like just jam it in his ears. Like grab another one, like spit on it. It's like it's bird spit. It's really good. You can build houses out of it. Don't ask about it. It's really rude. And like form balls and like put it in his ear. Like we'll try something better tomorrow.
damn it.
Hopefully he won't get an infection.
I really wish Danny was here so I know how he'd react to this.
So
I'm
good.
gonna
He would be
react-
down. It's
I'm
bird
gonna
speak.
like react in disgust and be like, "I'm so sorry I asked."
Hey, honestly, it was a good point. Thank you for bringing it up. We never know what these spooky symbols mean, so.
Alright.
I know
I was
it's a
just
harsh
afraid
solution,
of
but it's a harsh situation.
Prying ears that were not from here.
Yeah, so he will, even though he's bound and gagged, and as you put like the pressure on his ear, and he feels the loose dirt and spit mud to get in his ears, like kind of like squirming and moving around, and Dragonar will be like, "Hey, what are you?"
Better safe than sorry? I don't. Shit.
And Dragonar, basically what he'll do is he'll get in the same area as Harley is, and he'll just plop, sit down, and just start meditating, and it's like grumpy meditation. It's just like, yeah. But he's within, you get the sense he's not leaving Harley's side this evening.
I'm gonna put an elbow to Rock and say, I think he's mad at us. I don't think he likes that.
That was Marv. That was just.
Hey, we are in the field. We just need to improvise. If I had some wags or actually cared about his well-being, we would have done a more civilized solution. But
If you ever need to make me deaf, just stab my eardrums, please. That was gross.
see, I wanted to go with the
Don't do it.
crossbow bolts too, but like we made a promise to Esos. It was the simplest solution.
It was a joke, by the way, Marb. It wasn't meant to be. Never mind.
Hey, if it was up to me, I would have used the crossbow bolts too. But
Okay.
Davis-
Rog knows.
Davis will be like, no crossbow bolts. He's what we know is he was either manipulated to do something or controlled to do something. We don't need to hurt him.
This is not a fate of his own choosing.
Exactly.
We've all, well, I would guess, but at least I can say that I've done some things that I'm not proud of because I didn't realize the impact that it had. He's been messed with enough.
Yeah.
We don't know that he didn't do it voluntarily, because there's obviously a lot of money involved. But point taken. I will reduce my percentage to, let's say, 60%. He's already had it rough, so you're right.
Out of character. He looks pretty deaf now, right?
Barb is thorough in his urban bounty hunter ways, so yeah, he's got
Beautiful.
he's got enough dirt in there for sure.
Okay. I'm gonna say, I agree with Davis. We're gonna help him. I don't think he's all of him right now, you know? And you somewhat trust Essos. Davis trusts Essos.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's worth protecting. I think he's worth trying to save, as long as the hags give us permission, to be honest. Shit. But
Okay, I don't get to be the Debbie Downer. Okay, never mind.
Okay, so as you're saying this, like Dragonar mid-meditation will kind of break the grumbling. Yeah, and then he'll say, he's clearly important for reasons. They wouldn't mark him and send him back. And then he gets back to his
Is the fact that we don't know that, like, why is he so special? Like, we don't know. Maybe all of the sisters have the same markings and stuff like that. Like, we don't know how many pawns they have, or if this is even a pawn or a bishop. I think it's another piece.
exactly.
So,
Yeah, exactly. I felt like all the sisters would have it too, but
there's way too many questions, and I mean, I'm not gonna apologize for wanting to hammer first and apologize later. So we need to start crossing some of these possibilities out before we can assume. We can. I know it's not the answer we want, but I feel like we've encountered dilemmas like this before too many times, and we know that it's just simply impossible to save everyone. And if Harley is truly as great as a guy as Issa says, I hope he would want the town and more of the innocent people that maybe haven't done horrible things in the past have a better chance of a great life than him. But it's just my opinion of someone in the profession. I don't know, in the same circles.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
one thing I will say for you real quick. I should have asked you guys to roll. I rolled for Dragonar, sorry. So I'll just stick with it. What you're saying, Dragonar, well, I think he's valuable because he gave them a portion of that underground network.
I thought they.
Iso said that him and those that were loyal to him were unaware of what was going on, but Harley had a large group that helped the sisters or the giants. I was on the other side of the door. Was I really the only one listening?
No, but my question or my problem is that if I had spooky magic to control people, I would place key people like Harley around, but that doesn't mean they're special.
No.
My fear is that they're external and disposable, and we're cutting like a limb of the bigger evil machine.
You're cutting off a toe instead of the limb. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So until we can figure out if his life is really worth anything to them or brings any advantage other than maybe helping keep an eye close to what the people are murmuring about in the bar.
Davis will take a chance because he would say, well, we're dealing with hags. I don't think they care about anyone besides themselves. I don't even think they care about their sisters.
I'm gonna point to Davis. That I feel like everybody's expendable when they're in the game.
So he's an important piece, but he's
an important expendable. Those is
he's
not a juxtaposition. What is the thing that contradicts itself?
Tip my tongue. Damn it.
It's not a juxtaposition? I thought it was.
That word that we all know that
Contradiction?
we can't come up with.
Yeah.
Contradiction?
Contradiction is one, but there's another. Maybe there's another one, but yeah, Davis is like,
There's a cooler one.
yeah.
That other word.
You all agree to this, basically. Like, yeah. But it's like,
Imaginary word.
like,
Oxymoron.
There you
That's what it is.
Beautiful. Thank
It's
you.
gonna drive me insane.
yeah. So, like, yeah, Davis will, like, yeah. So what are we doing in the morning?
Honestly, I don't think we should wait until the morning. We should leave while we have the cover of darkness and
Where?
to the forest. We need our location
The
far away
forest
from
is miles away.
main town. Well, how long will it take us to get to the forest? Like, if it's miles away, then we better catch our breath and we can come up with a plan to get there as fast as we can.
I'm pretty 50-50 on this. I'm tired as hell. Like almost marsh levels of tired right now. We've been a hell of a day, I gotta say.
So
Do you think we can all commit to that?
Samson, because
yeah, we're Sam.
Samson would, as you guys didn't like pull off to the side and had this conversation, he'd be, gentlemen, leaving is difficult even at night. And frankly, this is a decent enough place to rest. I mean, I was told to bring you here. I brought you here. You do as you wish, but I don't think if you're taking the old boss with you, you're not going to get out of town.
The old boss. Like, you're gonna stop us, or like we're not gonna make it?
Saying that I won't have to stop you.
Because we're not gonna make it. Okay.
And trust me, I'm not dumb enough to try to stop 6 on 1.
Oh, I kind of like the bravado. I believe in you, Sam.
Thanks, but... And he's like looking up towards you because he's a little halfling. He's like, I got my skills. I know what I'm good at.
I made this other halfling woman, firecracker. I believe in all of your skills.
Thanks. But, honestly, I know I'm not part of your group. But whatever you said to Isos spooked him and made us leave.
I think we compromised your old warehouse. Our
we
friend over here,
picked that up.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Okay. It was because of him. He has the spooky markings on him. We don't know if staying here might be that safe, but it
Right.
seems to be good for now.
Spooky markings. Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay.
His skin was carved with these markings, and it looks like they can see us. It's a sort of way to spy on us. We don't know, but we think that's what compromised. So, yeah, pretty gross, right?
Yeah.
Samson, fair warning.
Do you want to see it?
There's a do not unwrap that man. There's a fair possibility. We are being watched or listened to right now. We might be in danger, but we're used to it. We take watches. We're always going to be. If something happens, somebody will warn everybody else. Wake everybody else up. We're good at this. I swear.
Like you said, you're not from our party, so we completely understand if you want to go back. I bet Isos really needs every close person next to him right now.
No,
I just
honor.
gotta warn you right now. High possibility we are in danger.
You completed your mission. You brought us here.
Yeah, but I was gonna take watch and then get some sleep.
Oh,
If you'll take a
please,
watch, we'll
welcome.
gladly accept. We're so tired.
So,
Oh, okay.
I would I would say rest. I don't think you're... Actually, I know you won't get out of town. Heck, we have a hard enough time getting any real info or insight or any foothold really on the eastern side of town. That's controlled by, well, the ogres and all, but it's also Harley's crew, those that were loyal to him, and that bitch Zyra. They kind of keep us out. It's really weird having to fight some of our, I don't know, those that we yeah, like we used to work together, and they just up and stabbed us in the back.
Sorry to hear that.
So suddenly?
When the giants came, they all flipped, they all turned, they all seemingly were waiting for them to break through the east, kill all the adventurers. It was just like, I don't know, like the candle was lit all of a sudden, and then half of the people we thought we trusted more turned on us.
Maybe kind of a rude question, but in your professional opinion, did it look like something changed recently? Like they were acting differently, or simply 1 second they were being good old Bob, pal, drinking beers, and then the next one, evil, possibly possessed by
No, not possessed. Planned.
evil witch?
Yeah, this feels planned.
But in between, did they happen to go missing for a little while? A couple of days?
I mean, it's hard to say. There's a lot of us here, and we don't always all associate. There's people that I don't even realize that are, you know, part of the silhouette or part of the underground. But they're amongst us. And we know the heavy hitters. Harley was a boss. Zyra was a partner that came and convinced him to do things. Isos was Harley's right-hand man. Julian's the cargo man.
Mm-hmm.
And Davis will be cargo man. Yep, cargo man. Told you guys, cargo man. Mm-hmm.
Samson, can you tell me any more about Zara? Zarya? Demon? What was her name? Sorry. I just had it.
Oh, Zyra?
Zyra. Tell us any more about Zyra? Iso said she had control over Harley for a while. Was that just...
She seemed to have...
anything magical?
No business. Like, she came and with trade route and deals and convinced Harley to partner his crew with hers, and I mean, they ran. I mean, it doesn't matter if I tell you now. They ran, you know, they were skimming off of all the work that the mills were doing and sending product elsewhere for profit. It was easy. It was her idea. She had a network down the sly.
A little bit off the top and nobody notices.
But, I mean, she came and she changed the way that they operated. Give me 1 second, door.
This might get good.
And frankly, you know, I don't know what she had on him, or if she had anything on him, or maybe she just convinced him. But, I mean, that was the operations for years.
So, now that everything's kind of become the way it is, we can talk a little more clearly. She was completely underground? Is she affiliated with the sisters at all, present day? Is she still around?
No, she just wanted trade and money. She had quick wit and silver tongue, and I mean, she was ruthless when it came to business.
Classic.
But you got in her way, she made sure you weren't in her way. But I don't know. It seemed special. She just seemed like a really driven person. Kind of a pain in the ass to work with, actually. It was either her way or you were doing it wrong.
Sounds like the right lot. But she's been missing since the Giants took over, at least.
No, she's running the show over there. She's part of the one that her crew was part of the people that turned on everybody. Her crew, Harley's crew. Well, most of Harley's crew. I mean, some of us here.
So she's under the sisters.
She might be working with them, but she ain't walking around with no brown robes, missing eye, or anything like that. The only one that we know that went missing was Boss Man over there. He looks over at Harley again. It's gone for about a month. Or it's gone about a month ago. For a while.
I was about to say, so she operates in plain clothes like she used to, but Harley isn't that case anymore. He was walking around as Isos. That was very strange.
Harley was the guy with all the men. Harley... Okay. Harley was, I guess? Maybe still is. Harley was the boss of Green Hill.
But then Harley disappears one day for a month and comes back a changed man almost completely. Who would do that? Would it be her? Would he be convinced? Would it be forcible?
I don't know. Brother, I don't know.
What did you hear he was during that whole month? Like, what's he supposed to be doing? He just came back and said, like, was sleeping for 2 months and came back or something like that?
No, we were looking for him.
We weren't the only ones that were surprised about him being there.
Yeah, but once he came back, like, what did no one ask him what he was doing? That's a lot of trust.
He came back. He was dressed like one of those faithful preaching mother stuff, trying to convince his men to listen to that word, whatever they call it. And
no, okay.
But here's the thing, you gotta understand. Harley, he doesn't look it, but Harley was amongst the most powerful people when it comes to influence in this part of the world.
Do you know where he stood in relation to Isos?
Isos was his right hand. He's supposedly like...
Harley was above him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Harley was the boss. El Jefe, if you will. Green Hill was his. Zarya came in and somehow convinced him to give her a piece of this. A slice of the pie.
Slice of the pie.
So, do we know of his followers that were loyal to him? Loyal to him or the sisters? Right now.
Again, he just kind of does this motion where it's like over his head. He's like, and he shrugs. Like,
Fair, this stuff it goes deep.
you guys were asking if he was important. He was their way in, probably. I don't know if they care anymore. They used the key to get the lock in.
That's why I'm so surprised your boss didn't cut his head off the moment he returned. But I understand. He was a key. He was the boss.
Harley saved Isos.
I know. That's why I'm disappointed in him. But
Was that salvation before the sisters? Sorry. Yeah.
Talking
sisters,
years
right?
back, before I was even part of the crew. I don't know.
You go way back then. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: if you had to pick your side of the coin, would you follow Essos or Harley?
Isos, following him right now.
It's good to know.
I'm gonna offer a hand to Samson. Before I forget, thank you for humoring us about all this. I know there's a lot of questions, but the only thing we need right now is information.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
You're helping a lot. Thank you.
you're welcome. And hopefully,
You wanna-
Hill can recover from this.
I mean, I've heard stories of what Harley's gone through before. Usually, locked up, stockades, always managed to get out. Batman's a survivor. Unassuming. He doesn't seem dangerous. I think that was what made him so dangerous. Granted, he's older now.
I believe
And
it. A lot of danger.
anyway, gentlemen, I'm gonna go on watch. I'll be outside, keeping tabs. You do you. If you decide to leave, good luck. You won't get far, I'm sure. Just because you gotta... I'm assuming you're not gonna leave boss with me, so...
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna walk a bit closer to Samson, hopefully as far away from Harley as I can.
Sure.
In this situation, we get separated. Is there anything you can kind of tip us towards as how to get out of here, out of town? Is it too many points? Is it too dangerous?
I mean... The river's your best bet out. It's obvious, but... That's how the cargo man's bringing people in. How you'll get out.
If it works, it works. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Alright. You can see him. He kind of adjusts his little cloak a little bit, stands up, looks at all y'all, quietly exits. You're kind of listening for his footsteps outside. He's quiet. Alright.
So what are we doing? Are we
We're gonna take a rest.
I was getting bedroll
I'm gonna
ready.
breathe a sigh of relief. I'm gonna sit cross-legged in a corner, with head planted against the wall, and just kind of knock myself out yet.
Yeah. Yeah, Davis will do the same. He'll kind of pull out his bedroll like Owl.
Oh, I'm gonna set mine next to the other side of Harley, where Dragonar's not, and I'll be like, get your back and like fall asleep.
Having had too long of a day, I was gonna ask, do we want to plan out the next watches? I think 203. Do we care? Anybody volunteers?
I'll take first watch.
Does Samson have the first?
Well, technically, Samson has the first watch, yeah.
Okay, number
The
two.
second one.
Thank you, Rock.
Okay. I can take the second one with you, Rock, if you want.
Nah, I'll take the morning. Don't worry. And he gets back to his meditations.
What is the ladle? Is it Barb? You got the ladle? That breakfast would be real nice. Real nice.
Yes, I do have the label.
So,
If you could
as a
give
quick
me the ladle, like the third.
as a quick point of reference, those of you who are not healed to full, you do need to expend a healer's kit and or rations to bandage. A healer's kit to bandage your wounds, so that, or apply ointments and salves, so that when you do sleep, you do get to benefit from the long rest, as far as restoring your hit points. And then I don't recall if y'all had eaten at all today. You did. No. Sej did. I don't know if any of y'all ate today.
Is that back at the tree?
That we did in the morning, yeah.
Okay, then you did in the morning. That's fine. Okay, so y'all have enough food. Y'all, by all means, if you are wanting to benefit from the max heal at full rest, after a long rest, you all have to, that are missing hit points. So like Dragonar needs to do it. I think Sej, Marb, I think a lot of people are hurt. Expend 1 charge of your healer's kit, and that will kind of allow you to benefit from the full rest.
Yeah.
We've been really bad at tracking that lately, so I just wanted to verbalize it.
And the expenditure would be upon a successful long rest?
No, you're applying it before you start.
Before we... Oh, shit. Okay.
Is there any other advantage using the healer kit?
No, so it's kind of like it's a little bit of a rule to make it just a little bit more resource intensive and gritty of a game, right? So typically, if you go to in Classic, we'll take a quick rules break. In 5e, as written, you take a long rest, you heal to full. You don't have to do anything. You just have to meet the criteria of a long rest. So not doing anything extraneous, and made sure you've had food or water, or enough to eat, right? For materia, we've kind of made it just a little bit more, where we rely on a couple more things. So like you need to, have enough to eat. So you need to eat at least 2 meals a day. So that's what I'm saying. Like if y'all only ate at breakfast, y'all will need to eat something tonight. It can be rations, doesn't matter. But then again, if you want to benefit from the full heal aspect, we kind of broke it apart. You can eat enough and go to sleep, and then you'll get the long rest, but you won't heal to full. Or you can apply your bandages and go to sleep and then try to get a good night's rest. You will heal, but you won't necessarily get your long rest. And I gotta see what my cat is doing. Give me 1 second.
Just realizing I totally missed opportunity to do something really weird and flavorful.
No. But yeah, so if...
spawned a sack from my pants and I didn't even think of it.
So I'm out of food and I'm kind of low on healer's kit, so I can just heal myself with spells and rest.
I can make food out of the pack, since that survival pouch, so I can make some rations for all of us.
Yeah, I think you can make up to 5 rations, right? So cover mostly everybody.
So
yeah, I have no rations, so I'd be like, yeah, Marv, if you can make some food.
Yeah, I'll make all 5 of them. Yes, I'll recharge at dawn, so
yep.
I don't know how, but sure.
And then Adam, I'll just cast a level 3 on myself, which should give me my 9 hit points back, and then...
Okay.
Wait, but you're about to get a long rest.
But he needs to bandage and he doesn't have them.
Well,
can I give him 1? I have plenty of.
Yeah.
Yeah, save your healer's kit, so I'm gonna get my spells back anyway, so... I'm only minorly hurt, so this is all.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. It's something like you guys, we were really good at tracking this at like sessions 1 through like 30, 40, and then we got kind of loose on it. And now I want to kind of come back to it because I don't want to bog the game down, but it's still kind of nice to have some resource management outside of just spell slots and arrows and stuff like that. So, by all means, if you find that it's not fun, we can discuss it. We can, streamline the system or just drop it all entirely. But I like making it so, like, when you go to town or something, it's like, oh shit, we do need to go pick up healer's kits. Oh shit, we do need to go get rations. It's not just like, we're video game adventurers and We heal to full when we sleep, because it doesn't matter that I got down to 1 hit.
Video game logic.
Yeah, you know. Like, we're already kind of video game logicking it with, like, you're always traveling with your backpack on, but at least we're tracking weight, so at least it kind of makes sense. And, like, things like that. So, anyways, back to the game. So yeah, please, if you are going to try to heal hit points while you sleep, if you need that, I trust y'all. Please mark off 1 charge of your healer's kits. I am going to do so for Davis and Dragonar, because they need to. They're both looking really rough. But yeah, if that is at the beginning of the long rest. Marb, go ahead and mark off all 5 rations. You can give them to whoever says
Already did?
You do not need to eat because you ate prior to running into the group. You've already had 2 meals, so only if you want to eat for fun, you can.
No.
I'll put them in the middle and like offer them to everyone. Like,
I was looking at my spells and I thought I included create food, but I didn't. Well,
So, with that, the evening will take place. The group, you are able to find some semblance of comfort. Samson is out on watch. Pebble is curled up on Rock's shoulder as he's like in his shell sleeping.
can you help me with something first?
Yeah.
How do I roll hit die again? I'm completely lost.
So you will not need to here. What'll happen is on roll D&D Beyond up there up on the top right. You'll see like the hammer. You'll see campaign material. You'll see long rest. When I say you successfully completed a long rest, you'll click that, and then there's a yellow button where it'll ask you take a long rest, and you just basically say yes, and then.
Got you. Yep. All right. Cool. Got it.
Yeah, and then once you do the long rest, then you can start swapping spells out since you're a cleric and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So night comes. Night has been here, but everyone is sleeping. Eventually, most of you fall asleep to the sounds of Dragonar's muttering his meditations that are rhythmic, and eventually sleep finds you. Some time passes. You don't really... Not a disturbing beginning of the night. Y'all are exhausted, y'all are tired. Davis has taken his armor off. Dragonar, takes it easy. As the embrace of sleep takes you, Marb, as you're sleeping, you don't know how long you've been sleeping, but probably not very long. And you awaken to a sharp sensation of pain on your face, traveling vertically around, where your eyes are. And as you wake and you feel agony and pain, I would say you instinctively just kind of call out. You see, and then there's just red in all your vision. And as you go to wipe and try to deal with the pain as you're clutching your face, as you pull your eyes out, pull your hands away, blackness, darkness. You don't see anything. Everyone in the vicinity wakes up to Marb just screaming in as close to bloody murder as he would. Good. Y'all have not got to rest yet.
Yeah, I would immediately run to him. Marb, what's going on?
There is just
blood-soaked
blood-soaked feathers on his face and his cheek. His hands are covered in blood. His eyes are closed, like he's not opening them.
I'm awake too. This guy does not panic.
Everybody is awake.
Some theories.
Davis just like instinctively gets up and like summons his glaive and just starts looking around to see something. It's like, boy, what's happening? What? I don't see anything.
Yeah, light on my staff, holding the Marb's face. Do I see what caused it? Is there some way I can help him?
Marb, where are your hands right now? Are you covering your face? Or are they down? What are they?
That's it. Yeah. I mean, if Rock is like, let me see you like try to take them down, but it's like I can see and like wave them in front of my face, like.
No, you're blind. You don't see. There's
I
nothing.
can't see shit.
Rock.
Can I
Go ahead.
try to prestidigitate any blood away?
Sure, you can try as you're, but it's like, you know, it's.
I don't know if he can feel.
Ow, I can't feel my eyeballs. It's on my face. What's happening?
You just feel
I'm
like
as gentle as I can.
And Dragonar is like looking. He's like, Dragonar. You don't see this, Mark, but Dragonar is like actually down on the ground, like looking to see if your eyeballs have like fallen out or rolled around somewhere. Like,
He would.
Rock. You know, I don't want to look up gross images, but his eyes are destroyed. Like it's just blood just pouring out of his sockets, but there's nothing there. And what is there is just like, and there's like a clean gash mark starting from like outside of his eye socket, like almost like temple across the other eye, and there's just a.
I don't know if it'll help, but I will immediately throw like my hand on him, his face, cure wounds, level 2.
The magic takes, but it doesn't stop the bleeding or anything. You see some of it start to like, you know, suture a little bit along the side. A little bit of the blood stops, but you know, it is. Hunana. Marb, you're in pain. Like. And you're blind.
Guys,
and you don't see.
Form a perimeter, guys. It's been sliced. Something's not right here. I'm looking around for a blood trail to see if I can see what caused this.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. You got your light spell going, so you're good.
Yes.
I
can't roll anything over double digits. 11 total.
Looking around, there's just the blood splatter. I don't know what the right term is, but like the drippings of the blood and all that. Let's put it this way. You know, when you cut your face, you bleed a lot. So Marb is bleeding a lot. And it's kind of soaked through his feathers and started dripping onto the ground. There's just a lot of blood around Marb and in his hands and like on his vests and, you know, his clothing. But there is no... you're like looking for like a trail. There's no trail.
Okay, I'm using my last spell slot to detect magic and look that way.
What, detect magic?
Yeah.
Where are you looking?
Last slot, spells. Detect magic, and I'm looking for a magical source around Marb, an item that I didn't know he had, or spell use in the area. Just
okay.
Same.
So you do pick up his totem. You pick up his coin. His pouch. And
is the dagger not magical?
I was gonna say you pick up his dagger.
Oh yeah.
I remember that dagger. Yeah. As soon as I see it, I'm gonna grab it. Marb, were you using this?
I fucking knew it. Was it the dagger that gave me blindness? Fuck. I tested it on Harley earlier. I was just desperate. You know, magic. Maybe have a magical weapon to fight it. And I did. Used it on Harley. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Drawing all the blood off him. Like, I appreciate the honesty. Shit.
So,
damn it, I knew I asked him politely if it was an evil blade not to kill me, but I guess I didn't specify.
Everyone but Marb, because Marb is blind and he cannot do perception checks. Go ahead and give me a perception check at disadvantage. As you guys are kind of panicking and freaking out at what's going on. So for the time being, real quick, Marb, a blind creature cannot see and automatically fails all abilities that require sight. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and creatures and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. So we'll see what happens. This is for the time
Oh,
being.
okay.
Oh wow, rock, nice.
We finally rolled double digits on both.
Okay. Actually, Marb, if you would be so kind, roll me a d20 plus 5 for Marb or for Dragonar. At disadvantage.
Plus
Oh wow, Davis rolled well too. Okay. And okay, so Rock and so Al, Rock, and Davis would know this or see this. The eye on the hilt looks dark and beady and somewhat familiar.
I don't like that. Who's holding it right now?
Al, what's happening? What's happening? I need you to talk to me. I'm blind.
Marv, what did you do with the dagger? It's gotta be the dagger. It's staring at us.
I literally cut a small inch cut on Harley. I did just the tip. That's all I did, and then I put it in my pocket or in my belt.
Real quick.
Is Rock holding it right now?
Rock is holding it, and when I say dark and beady, they look very familiar. Like this guy's dark and beady eye. Dark and beady.
Oh, that's worse than I thought. And better. Or worse.
What does that mean?
Marv, can you see anything?
Yeah, I'm holding a light to the
I see a pair of doofuses in front of me, not telling me what's happening. And that's you
Wait,
too.
So you hold a light to the eye. What'd you say, Rock?
Yeah, I'm holding it to the eye to see Marv.
Barb, you swear you see like just the faintest bit of like light just in front of you, but like you can't make out. It's just like, you know when you have your eyelids super closed and then there's like a light kind of shining. It's like that. Like you see some kind of light, but it's super fuzzy and you don't know how far away or how close it is. It's just really weird, but it's.
Marv, hold your hands out.
I hold my hands out.
You're gonna hand Marv the dagger.
Okay.
So he's holding it by the hilt. He's like,
Okay.
I'm gonna come in during this commotion. I'm gonna be in the room now.
Yeah, so I was gonna do. I even forgot. I rolled for Samson, and Samson kind of came at one point, just kind of rushing in, and be like, "What? What's going on? Why is there so much blood? What happened? Are we?" And he's like looking around, like for something in here. What's
I like
happening?
point at a corner and go like, Samson, the killer's over there. I just point at a random corner in the room.
He
Idiot.
turns and like looks, and he's like, "I don't see him. I don't see him. I don't see him. Killer, who's dead? Who's hurt? Harley?" And he's like starts rushing over, just trying to.
Lost his greatest asset, and he's still talking shit.
Why is he barging in here? You're next, Al. You better start describing what's happening, or I'm gonna get your eyes out and put them in my sockets. If that works.
Okay.
All right, so Marb, Rock places the dagger in your hand, and then
feel left aim or C or anything. Yeah, I'll let you.
The eye on the dagger blinks.
Ah! Did you do that? I found your eyes
Where are my eyes?
in the dagger.
Whoa. What?
Wait,
What?
you just say in the dagger? What happened to the eye that was in the dagger before my eye?
What?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Is the dagger what I'm holding right now?
Yes. It's got your eyes in it. Don't
Okay.
hurt it.
I like grab it really hard and be like, listen here, you stupid dagger. We talked about this earlier. Even give you a little bit of blood. I need you to give my eyes back. Pretty please.
Shit.
Marb, I will. Here, I'm gonna update the dagger on your character sheet. Give me a second. I made a fake dagger, so y'all didn't know. Ha 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 ha.
Oh no!
You know, I'm pretty sure we told Marv not to use the damn thing.
Y'all did.
You guys did. I like. It's
Magic
basically.
items. What's this magic?
It's basically like, you know, you told him not to push the red button. Of course he's gonna push
Do I
it.
refresh this?
Let
In
me-
his defense, is pretty cool looking.
It is cool.
In my defense, it's a stabby weapon.
Okay,
So.
it's cool. All right, so Marv, you can refresh,
Oh.
and it's a hefty read. So have fun.
I'm defended against blindness. Oh,
Real
no, I
quick,
need to refresh
think-
again.
I
Refresh
think
it.
Davis is gonna be really pissed at us when he comes back.
So, yeah, Davis would have also like it's kind of hard for me to keep track of everything, but Davis would have been like talking to you, like trying to get you to heal. Like he's like spending merit dice. Like, come on, you're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. We'll find your eyes. Dragonar, did you find his eye? Did you find his eye? It's like they're in the dagger. And it's like Davis is like, what about the other eye? It's got to be like rolling around somewhere, and like they're just bonking heads and being goofy. So yeah, have fun. I will answer any questions you have on it. I will say, right now, you do not see. But, unless if you guys...
Cool.
Ooh. It's probably useless, but after a couple of presentations to get rid of the blood, I would definitely throw in level 3 healing word.
Okay. Like, all of you are dumping healing magic into him, and it's really not doing much.
I like start waving them off. It's like stop. That's not healing.
No, live!
Yeah, so...
Like, listen here. I think if I'm holding the dagger, I can see through my eyes that are now placed in the dagger. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well,
So,
that's
And I like grab it and like
What?
try to start moving it until I can see Rock, and then I like tell like Rock, I'm seeing you right now, and then slap him.
so yeah,
Like,
like...
you need to be better at table manners. You know how afraid I was when I thought I was blind, and
Oh.
you were just babbling around. Thank you so much for finding out what happened to me.
So yeah, as
Oh,
you
but
guys
the
are seeing him shake the dagger and moving it around, like the eyes start to like kind of like blink, like they're waking up, like they start blinking
I
more.
am going to try to snatch the dagger from his hand.
He's still currently not seeing, so you can give me a strength, athletics, or dexterity.
Wait, what are you trying to do? To take it off my hands?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but wait, I gotta give you the roll. So Marv is still
Straightforward, though.
okay, Marb is currently still blind, so he's just going off of pure instinct. So you gotta beat a passive 14.
Wait.
It's taking time, Marb. The full dagger hasn't taken
Oh,
effect
okay,
yet.
okay, perfect.
Yeah. So you have to grapple against his 14 dexterity to try to take the dagger out of his hand.
I can do an acrobatics or an athletics.
You
That's
can
it.
do an acrobatics or athletics, and you can do it at advantage because Marb is blind. He doesn't see it coming. He's just like waving the dagger, but you do see like everyone sees it that's paying attention. Like the eyes are starting to like blink and wake up.
After I shake off the grogginess, am I perceptive enough to see how much blood there used to be in the room?
Yes, yes. There's a lot.
Oh no!
What'd you roll, Al? I don't see.
I'm really bad at typing right now.
Oh yes, yes you are.
That's, yeah, it's really bad. 2d4. Keep high. You had advantage, right?
Yes, you have an advantage because he's blinded.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So as you're doing it, like he grab his wrist, and that brief moment, like Marb's not expecting it, so he just kind of lets go, and then you let go of his wrist and catch the dagger. And Marb, like you swear did you feel that or did you see that? Like it's hard to tell, but you know that Al has the dagger.
The arm that has a dagger, I'm gonna outstretch it as far as I can away from Marb and ask, "Can you see? Can you see?"
You feel it. You don't necessarily see it right yet, Marb. You're just...
Okay, no. What are you talking about?
Shit! What is going on? How you gonna shoot? How are you gonna shoot your bow? Ah! I'm gonna try to grab Marb's wrist and hand it back to him.
Okay. You feel him grab your wrist, and then he places the hilt back in your hand.
I'm gonna keep my hand on the wrist and ask, "Are you good? Can you see? Are you good?"
I'm guessing I'm starting to see a little bit more blurry. It's like,
yeah, it's like
no, I can feel like whatever the dagger is where your voice is coming from. So I'm guessing if I punch this way and I try to punch in Al's direction,
It's going. Yeah,
I'll punch you, and I don't know if I reach him, but I like definitely try to punch in that direction.
You punch him solidly in the shoulder.
Perfect. That felt like a shoulder. Okay, so a little bit more to the left, and swing again, try to hit the face. Did I hit you? Did I hit you?
You do, but it's
okay.
like it's for 0 damage, Al. Don't worry. He's got
Perfect. I slap you like I slap Rock. Like, you need to work on your bedside manners too. How dare you? When a person goes blind in the room, you just don't go like screaming at him.
I get it. I get it, Marb. Do you got 2 hands? Do you have 2 hands? That's all I'm asking.
Oh my god, do I still have 2 hands? And I just start like trying to feel my hands and my toes and my like 2 tongs, and I'm like, okay, seems like I'm complete.
Yeah, everything.
For shooting, not literally. I'm sorry.
Okay. After.
I'm gonna get Marv to hold still. Well, I'm gonna ask Marv, can you hold still for 1 second?
Sure.
I'm gonna rip a piece of cloth off my clothing, whatever, and just put a bandage over his eyes.
That's very cool imagery.
Horrifying to look at.
Yes. I'm sure y'all are posting destroyed eye images or GIFs in freaking Discord, and I'm not looking. I don't want to see that.
No, nothing gross, just fun.
Not a lot of PG gifts, but bless Rock. He's doing good so far. There it is. Thank you.
So, but yes, that's actually a pretty cool image. So yeah, you hear Marb the ripping of fabric, and then you feel him tie, and basically, I mean, for those of you who play Warcraft, or at one point, you basically have like a bandage, kind of like a demon hunter around your eyes.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe more colorful because it's rock, but yeah, you get the idea. But yes, so Marb, over the course of the next, like your long rest, your vision will start to return to you. And then you basically have what the dagger says. So enjoy. And you cannot unattune to it.
Ooh, nice.
You have to like, there is a way, but like it's difficult.
It's gotta be
Crass,
cursed.
it's your life now.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, like all of you, like again,
cursed yourself.
If Marb, if Nico says go ahead and look at his character sheet, y'all are more than welcome to look at his character sheet. But I'm telling you,
you can see it.
It's a hefty read.
It's pretty cool too.
Yeah, actually, if he says it's okay, here, I'll do this. Maybe I can get this on the stream. Here, well, I'll read it to you. So.
Oh, okay. I was gonna copy paste it.
Yeah, you can copy paste it. I'll read it. So because this is like one that I spent a lot of time on, so I'm actually kind of proud of this one.
It's a lot of fun.
Alright, so this knife has a blade made of blue glass-like crystal that is razor sharp, with a leather-wrapped grip that ends in a bird skull. The bolster has a detailed carving of an eyeball, which is now replaced by the user's eye. You have a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls with this magic weapon, but this knife carries a vile curse upon it. The wielder can willingly break the blade from the grip, resulting in it no longer being classified as a dagger. Doing so grants them a +1 bonus to all attack rolls and damage rolls for 1 hour. The blade regenerates and mends itself after 1d4 dusks. So you can do this 1d4 times. You can do it once, and basically your ranged attacks, your spells, whatever has an attack roll or does damage has a +1 bonus, +1 that. The curse. Bloody tears begin to stream from your eyes, and there is a terrible slashing sensation following by pain as your eyes are destroyed. The cursed user becomes blind and is unable to unattune to the knife. And then it tells you how you can unattune to it. While cursed, the vision is through the dagger as long as it is on their person. You gain 120 feet dark vision. A phenomenon does not cause disadvantage on checks relying on sight. So like heavy rain, dust storms, stuff like that, you just ignore it. You are immune to the blind condition and have advantage on checks and saving throws related to illusions as long as the dagger is on your person. The cursed individual has a permanent locate object, non-concentration required, on the dagger as long as the dagger is on the same plane of existence. If it is on another plane of existence, they can perform a DC 15 Arcana check at dusk every 7 days to attempt to learn the plane that it is located on. The cursed suffers D6 psychic damage every dusk if the dagger is not on their person at dusk, increasing by D6 per consecutive day. If the cursed dies from this psychic damage, their soul is immediately sent to the Hag Mother, and they cannot be brought back to life short of a wish spell. Have fun.
I'm gonna, as soon as I wrap Marv, I'm gonna slap him across the face and say, "We told you not to use the dagger till we knew what it was, but I'm using minor illusion to have my voice in Al's direction, just in case he retaliates."
Okay.
Damn it! Smart ass bastard.
Yeah, Marb, feel free to retaliate or do whatever. You still don't see yet. It's gonna take the whole long rest for this to kick in.
Joke's on you. He said BRB.
Okay.
Damn it. He's back.
Yeah.
So
What happened?
Okay, so as soon as I hit you, I slap you across the face and I say, "We told you not to use the dagger till we knew what it was, but I've used minor illusion to cast my voice in Al's direction, so it sounds like I'm over there."
I'm definitely gonna slap in that direction and probably hit Al again.
Okay, yeah, Al. Just for the
and
sake
I point
of
at
it.
him and I say, I know you said that, but spooky magic going around. Did you see the creepy markings?
My
I
beautiful
just
face.
need some magical advantage you spooky people have. I just want to have something on my side, and I used it. I literally cut an inch on Harley, look all over him. He's completely fine. How can you expect a person to know a dagger's gonna eat their eyes out?
Exactly.
I thought, I don't know, I was gonna lose a limb, lose half of the years I have left to live, something like that. Summon a demon, something like that, but my eyes, Jesus Christ, you can't expect that.
It's crazy. Okay, first, what the hell? Two, I'm gonna hardstare the dagger's eyes. It seems to be one-on-one with with Marb.
So yeah, the
I'm gonna
where
shift left and right. It follows me.
yeah, it's still grog. You can kind of tell they're squinting. Imagine when you're in a deep sleep and then someone turns on the light, right? It's super bright and it's they're waking up. But they look kind of like Marb's eyes. They seem to have the same lid. They seem to have the same, what you can see, that darkness, this beadiness, but they're squinting and they're tired. Mechanically, real quick, Marb, you do need to unattune to one of your items because you can only have 3. So ladle.
Ladle, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and do that, and then make sure that you have the Hag Carver attuned because you cannot.
Attuned, yeah, I already did that.
Okay, perfect.
Locking eyes with the dagger. I'm gonna ask Marb, "Is that you? Is that you?" While shifting left and right as far as I can with my shoulders.
Really say, just ask him to
See
blink.
me?
I'll slap in that direction again. Ow, I need
Why
my
is-
dagger. Stop talking to the dagger like he was me. I'm here. Can I have it, please?
Blink twice for magic bullshit going on.
I tried to slap him twice.
There we go.
How about I slap you twice?
Yeah, Marv, you are keenly aware if the dagger is not on you, you know where it is. I mean, you know exactly what hand it is. So yeah, that's.
But if I read it correctly, I'm blind if I'm not holding it, right?
Yeah, it needs to be. You don't have to hold it. It just needs to be on your person. So you can have it sheathed or on your belt or whatever. But it needs to be on you for the vision.
But how am I
purpose.
gonna? I guess I'm gonna have to put the sheath on my forehead or something.
No. It's magical. Let's step away and we'll take a break. Here, we'll go ahead and take a break, but I'm not gonna pause it. So if anyone wants to step away, get a drink, relax. We'll pick up at around the top of the hour again for part 3, and then we'll go for a little bit and call it. But no, Marv, so like...
I need to know everything.
Yeah. So...
I have a solution for you, Marv, before Al says anything.
Okay, go for it.
Oh.
I take the dagger and I stab him in the forehead with it.
Bless.
I think I can see before
You
I die
yeah.
from my
What?
brain being impaled by a dagger.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, but no. So the way that it works in my mind, and you guys can, rebuke it, but it's magic, so it doesn't have to make complete sense. The eye that was in there was a wooden carved eye, a placeholder, a something. Nose, eyeballs, right? Hags, eyes, Reeves, eyes. It's been sitting there in front of you. Eyes. So when he inadvertently attuned to it, because he used it, therefore it started the attunement process, the curse kicks in, and the curse slashes the eyes, and then manifests a replica, or whatever you want to call it, of his eye on the hilt. So now there are Marb eyeballs with eyelids and everything that blink where that wooden eyeball was. As long as it is on his person, the magic of the dagger allows him to see. And he actually sees a lot better than he used to see. Actually, it's...
Uh-huh. Oh,
But
okay.
the
But I see
moment-
from like the position of my eyes, not
Yeah,
from
you
the
see normally.
position of the
Yeah.
dagger.
You as you
Oh, okay,
entity,
okay.
you see.
That's what I was worried about. I thought
Yeah.
it'd be from his waist. I'm like, what is he looking at?
No.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna have to have like a patch that's like a dagger and pull out of my face or something.
Gotta have fire the bow.
No.
I can rock it. Urban Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
So do you.
Yeah. But no. So basically, the manifestation of your eyes on the dagger represent its connection to you and the curse upon you. So as long as it's within your person, like you can have the dagger tucked in a boot hiding, it's still on your person. You cannot have it like in a bag of holding, because then it's technically not on your person. The bag of holding is on your person,
In
but the
another
dagger is in
plane?
another dimension. Yeah, exactly, another plane. So as long as it is...
What
on-
about right now that Al has it?
you're blind and you're detect magicking. You're locate the object. You just know where it is. You're like, God damn it, give me my freaking dagger. I want my dagger.
I did give it back shortly after, but yes, I did have it for a moment.
Yeah. So you go from having right now, we're in the exception because you're kind of adjusting to it. But once it was like normal, I'd say like the long rest finishes, the curse has fully taken into place. You have 120 feet dark vision, which is 120 feet more than you've ever had. And you
I
can-
have dark vision for once.
Yeah. And it should be on your character sheet now that you're attuned to it. It should actually put the
Mhm.
note. Yeah. So, and you also have some benefits because the dagger is doing the seeing for it. The magic is doing the seeing. So now you ignore heavy rain. Like if it was like a raging inferno and there was smoke and like that natural phenomenon stuff, you don't get disadvantage. You just see like through it. You're like, okay, because it's magic that's letting you see, not your eyes. And it also lets you like have immunity to the blind condition. Now technically, like maybe they can blind your dagger somehow. I don't know, but for all intents and purposes, you cannot be blinded. There might be, some spooky magic someone can do to your dagger if they figure out that's where you're getting your vision from. Who knows? I haven't thought that far. And then, of course, if you're dealing with, like, illusions or, like, magic that really is based on perception, it's magic versus magic, so you have advantage on that. So. But keep that in mind, like, if your dagger ever does get separated from you, and it's separated for an extensive amount of time, it goes from 1d6 to 2d6 to 3d6 to 4d6 to 5d6. Within a week, it'll likely kill you. Maybe a little bit longer.
I do have more of a mechanical question. How does that interact with my beast sense?
So, essentially, this is now your vision. So if we look at beast sense, to look at the spell, because I don't actually... You touch a willing creature for the duration of the spell. You can use your action to see through the beast's eyes. It's the same. Like you put your vision. It's the same as like when Rock bamps his vision into Pebble. It's the exact same. You see as the beast. So the beast has 30 feet dark vision.
Does the beast? The dagger stays on me.
Yes.
As the beast goes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What if I'm looking through the beast and someone takes my dagger away?
You are
Do
still
I keep my?
You are still seeing through the beast, but once the connection from the beast is gone, you are back to being blinded.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okie dokie. Because, like, by the description of the spell, you are not using your senses of hearing and sight through the beast. You are using the beast's hearing and sight through the beast.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why. Like, if you were to do some sort of spell where you project your vision into a creature or a person, then, and you're using your vision, then yeah, then it's what you would expect. Like, if the dagger was taken off of you, now you're blinded. You're blinded through that person.
Okay.
Oh, I actually got to curse one of our players again. Woo!
Again.
Again.
Woo!
Damn it.
Woo!
Sorry, Mark.
Alright, so
Okay.
I mean, it's a
If
pretty...
you ever see a guy named Candles, walk away. Walk away.
It's pretty cool. I'll take it. I get a lot of vision advantages as long as I don't lose the dagger. So.
Yeah.
Don't trust Candles. Don't trust Candles.
This is Al
Candle?
talking.
Yeah.
This knife.
That's what I named my friend.
Did you and you won it right back? Come on. We should definitely keep it away from him for a little bit.
You never met him, but if you're
Nope.
two guys that
I take out my, I don't know, my other dagger. It's like, do you know what this dagger is for?
I mean, that's
This
not
is the
Rosie.
personal dagger, the one that they twist. This is not Roxy. Roxy's a nice dagger. This is the one that goes on the little spot between your ribs, and then I can twist it off. So you better hand me that other one before I start using Trudy right here. I gotta be Trudy.
Trudy rib
I
tickler.
get proper dagger etiquette.
And I'm just following, like, pointing in the direction that I can detect the dagger, and I, like, literally stand up and, like, get into, like, the stabbing form. It's like,
If Marv stands up, I am stepping back. I know that means
I like-
stabbing's about to occur.
with one hand, I'm, like, swiping, and with the other one, I'm, like, trying to grab the air to see if I can grab the,
Yeah.
like, Al, I swear to God, give it to me.
Yeah.
Whoa, friend!
Friends, don't let friends go blind.
Mm-hmm.
If I have the dagger, I'm giving it to him.
Yeah, I get you.
Sweet. As soon as I grab it, like, take a deep breath, like, oh, I can see you. And then I see Rock and Al, and then slap them both. And then, like, give them a big hug together. It's like, oh, thank you so much.
Oh,
By
That
the way,
was
Marv,
one of the scary moments in my life.
so, if we haven't, everyone feel free to take that break. We'll relax. So we've been kind of talking through. We'll take, 12:05, 12:10 at the latest. We'll come back. We'll see what you guys want to do. And we'll see how long we want to go on the next session, and then we'll probably call it for the night. So,
Sweet, sweet.
all right, I'm stopping the recording.